Okay, this is Attorney Lynn Robinson. I'm coming about this captioned case. The notorious, irreverent, God-bullying, be nice and moral, Antichrist, United States government, Klux Klan, American Bar Association, American Medical Association, and America's Most Wanted at hell, corruption, furtherance of White-Supremacy. I'm first showing this long telephone line where I called Eddie Jordan back because I left as I'm handling the case and giving him the record for this corruption involving the Ku Klux Klan, primarily in control. And Eddie Jordan is he makes his statements about fashions and so forth. The church ladies, they wouldn't buy from me and so forth. This is the last thing I put about blackballing. Let me get these other things in. Let me come back and make sure get that in. Whereas, so in the point when I was here saying about you have these church ladies, I don't know, I'm putting, referring to my fashions as almonds. I didn't say it. It's the same with crimes. If a crime didn't originate from it's based upon your mind. If you didn't have a criminal mind to commit a crime, the government could not allege you did. You're guilty of it. And if the government made you do something, you're not guilty. The government officials or if the lawyers did it or created what they call situation, the lawyers are guilty. So again, what they're doing with the I guess I've just indicated, they've crazy checked everything. So I called Eddie Jordan based upon what he said in part about my fashions, and he has him text me voicemail. His reading this is the law office, or he reads the law office of Eddie Jordan. And when he's working, there's someone who works in the house. He said, he's a good attorney. He keeps the fees down. And if you charge with a crime, it's not based upon that's not even standard. Fees based upon complexity of cases involved. Murder first wasn't a matter of attorney's fees. First degree murder, not a matter of any first of all attorneys keeping attorney's fees. You got paid your attorney's fees for doing the work. Crimes are on the books as crimes. Misdemeanors. The thing is, it's not linked up to any attorney's fees. So, and he responds as if shown, saying nonsense and so forth, commits contempt of court on me. And they have set it up to allow him to do what he would get disciplined for. Contempt of court. You don't come in just blatantly disrespecting the tribunal. It's not limited to being using a shut up or put up or shut up. It's not personal. It's not personal conversation. It's the relevance of religion. The country's free country. Then you get into explanation of it. You had to have a high turpitude. If you're a Christian, you have that. Eddie Jordan, one likes to just like make you bring your words. They call that eating. He call himself making you eat your words. Or he comes back and I don't even. It's not just regurgitating what you say. It's bringing it back on you. He doesn't know what he's doing anyway. But it's decided they're doing supposed to do is be practicing. They call it modern practice. And it's vindicated. This lady, whatever that is they do, he started doing that while I was talking with him. And it's the case. It's the case. That's why it's not. In terms of my fashion, he sounded like he was impressed with himself. He had a favorable response, and then comes that. But I don't even expect him. I don't act like him. So if I say, if I ever is really a conversation with you, that's it. I'm going to the mall. Okay, talk to you later. I don't expect that to come back and as pleadings. Something in the court reference. That's what he does. That's what they're doing as a so-called modern day practice. And so, they just put me with my husband in the same category. And of course, they're nailed. Because of not only my education, the work. And it was never a matter of, with my education, I went to those predominantly white schools. It was not a matter of, you're stupid. Now, as indicated that acronym they had us to use in law schools, keep it simple, stupid. And they're knowing how smart I am. Technically, Arlene Lombard was one of my teacher's assistants for legal research and writing. And she would say, don't get too convoluted or bogged down in whatever. But also knowing that as a person, as a brilliant person, you can be brilliant. The law is not going to challenge you as much. So that was the framework they would make those recommendations. But I also caught because, as I indicated, I made the only legal research and writing assignment in law school. The editor didn't come back, and up to the others for them to come back all of these years later, and they want to constantly make a case that I don't know what I'm talking about. They've changed, as Cheryl Howard said, the way they're practice law, and they're not practicing law. They're not committing crimes on you, and it's and in terms of all it is how they act. So that's why he does that. And a lady she had on a Chanel blouse or shirt. And I was talking to someone else on the bus, and she overheard it. And then she started doing that stuff. So whatever that. Most definitely, whatever that growling thing is about, and that is saying he's a loud bourgeoisie. That's all emotional, and does not take the place of the law. But it is enjoying and styling it to. When my husband said about slander, even slander cases, they were not reported nor taught in the context of connection with commission of crimes on you. You're supposed to get into whether your husband's faithful or not, while the Klan's committing crimes on you. No. And it's again why even with the Sandy Hook case or that Batman case, those two recent cases, just those incidents happened. One in Denver, Colorado, and involved the bombs, but it's even if it's them with this old school stuff, All of that is illegal. And then the way they roll their eyes, get that nasty with me. But nevertheless, and as I just pointed out yesterday, a lot of the Klan is still in the stores, in Rouse's, different places, working. And they roll their eyes and all at me. And I come back because it's like a dare. They have been daring, it's been about God, daring you to say. That's why they say keep it moving. But have it set up with the police. As this police officer told me in Walmart, keep it moving. I hear you talking about God. What about it? So that's the criminalization of God and Christianity. Then it's supposed to be Eddie's version of Christianity. The nonsense in it ends up being this ancient psychopathic nonsense, as I put deliberately, strategically. So that is what's going on in this case. And he's telling it. And it's just this segment of the population has been taught and handled, mishandled by these lawyers. Keep talking, we'll show you. The only time I saw them was when I saw that Cosby show. And he told the character Vanessa, keep talking, I'll show you. And it was played out. Or even the woman who come from Long Island. And apparently it's just these blacks who lived in wealthy white areas. But it is, the whole idea is I told a person, or maybe one, but the whole idea that I'm suffering with delusions of grandeur. I said, do you know what they're saying with that? The idea is, as a black person, you can't do it. It's for whites only. God has me doing it. And he's great. But and I don't know Holy Ghost. That's what I mean. I don't have to care. And they're trying to know anyone else can, as attorneys, allege. Even if what Donald Trump's wife said, and the editor order comes back with whatever's going on overseas, and what accuse me of what I'm feeling to do. God's not for me, and I see that, and I know here God asked me to do it. It's just like other criminal corruption cases. But then he said, give him the records, they're going to hell, and he handled the same way. And he brings me to the evidence. And then otherwise, in terms of sin, we are accountable to God. And now, practice law, we swears of sin, illegal disturbing the peace and all. And we have it all. Just like the lady said yesterday, with information. And I said to her, I said, I know you don't know what I'm doing. You're not attorneys. You're not an attorney. Getting the evidence and adding to the record. As God has anointed me to do. And otherwise, I'm blessed by God with fashion designs. Church outfits. God's holiness.